the contribution of rail to decarbonation, I think we have to go back to the UN trilogy, avoid, shift, improve. And I think definitely the contribution of railway will be in shifting. Because, well, as you know, if you take European figures, we are contributing to 8%, for instance, of passenger traffic, but only to 0.5% of emission. So that means that if you shift 10% of the traffic to rail, you are diminishing the emission for 8 to 9%. So what we have to do in the next 10 years is really to have more rail. So basically, our contribution will be to have more infrastructure, to become clever, to be more interconnected to all the different transport network, and to have a growing market share. I think for railway sector, as I said, the question is to attract more traffic. So what we have to do, and once again in the next 10 years, because we know that after the last IPCC report in April, that we have to drop the emission by 27% in the next 8 years, when we have basically increased the emission since we are talking about climate change. So we have to act fast. So we have to be able to have more traffic on existing infrastructure. And for that, there is two main tools: digitalization, and we are implementing 5G for railways, and that will be really a very important factor. And the second one in ATO, automatic train operation, that will allow to have more train on the same infrastructure. With existing technology, it will be a jump of about 30%. If we are implementing ATO and the last digitalization product, we can jump up to 50%. That will be a really very important driver. What we have been learning from COVID and what have been the impact, first I think we have to distinguish between passenger and freight. For freight we had an impact, but at the end of the day we were among the only to remain operational. So we had a drop, but it was not dramatic. For passenger, it was absolutely dramatic for the sector, with drop by 50 or 70% for certain company. So we are recovering for passenger, but I think we will never have exactly the same structure than before. For example, we have less and less business travel, more travel for leisure. It's a complete reshaping of the structure of the market. But once again, I think we have to be optimistic because there is a growing concern about environment and people are choosing rail. We have to make that more desirable to have more people choosing rail. And in terms of what have we learned? Well, basically we have learned to work together internationally, I think, in a more fluid way. And that, I think, will remain.